Our story begins long, long ago in a universe preceding our own. And we've got these 12 troll kids, friends and acquaintances, all from different social castes. The highest blooded troll, unenthusiastic about her role as royalty, runs away to a moon and discovers a game. These 12 kids play this game, which is, unbeknownst to them, meant to bring about the destruction of their planet. They don't win, and upon the realization that their quest is futile, decide to perform a move called the Scratch, a hard reset on the game and also the universe. Thus comes a new planet for the trolls to inhabit, and it is called Alternia. These kids who played survive as ghosts in a realm known as the Furthest Ring, existing for billions of solar sweeps, watching this other world grow. While the pre-Scratch planet was a more peaceful one, this civilization will be shaped into a world of war and savagery, intentionally, mind you, so that the trolls as a species may breed new heroes, more suitable to win the game. This societal shift is mostly in part due to the actions of the Handmaid, a troll from the lowest caste of bloodline, gifted with time-traveling powers from her previous life as one of the 12 trolls who originally played the game. She appears throughout the planet's timeline, stirring turmoil and provoking warfare where and whenever she goes, but is culturally accepted as a legend, mostly used as a bedtime story to scare children, or wigglers as they're called. Trolls of Alternia, by the way, are a species with insect-like physiology and a humanoid form, spawned by the mother grub, born from an incestuous slurry and a bloodbath of larvae. A wiggler who emerges alive from the spawning pool forms a cocoon, and when he or she hatches as a full-fledged child troll, they are given an insignia and taken in by a lusus naturae. Luci, also known as custodians, are white-colored creatures of various species, tasked with raising a young troll into adulthood. A troll's social caste and approximate lifespan is determined by the color of their blood. The trolls with rust-red blood are at the bottom of the totem pole with the lowest lifespans. The violet and fuchsia-blooded trolls live the longest and rule the planet from under the sea, with every other color of the rainbow dwelling on land. One fateful night, a troll is born with bright red blood, regarded as a genetic mutation. As such, he is cast out as a pariah, and with no lusus willing to take him in or give him an insignia, he is left to die. Fortunately, he is found by the Dolorosa, a green-blooded troll. Despite the fact that adult trolls have no business raising the young, the Dolorosa is of a caste for trolls specifically suited for caring for the mother grub, thus giving her somewhat of a maternal nature. This mutant troll with candy red blood grows to be known as the Signless, and is secretly the first of the 12 kids reincarnated from the previous reality to regain his memories thereof. The Signless, also known as the Sufferer, goes on to preach these memories as visions of the world as it could be, peaceful and thriving, instead of the war-torn wastelands with which the troll people are now familiar. Doing his best to stay unnoticed by the High-Bloods and Royals, he gathers a sizable following, with 2 trolls in particular being the most notable. His most dedicated follower is known simply as the Disciple, an olive-blooded cave-dwelling scribe who records every word spoken by him, and eventually the two become lovers. On his other side is the Psionic, a gold-blooded mage with X-Man eye-blasting powers who frees himself from imperial slavery and uses his unparalleled psychic gifts to aid in fighting the good fight. Sometime after the Signless makes a big enough name for himself, he is eventually captured and put to the gallows, chained and hanged up high for the world to see. His dying words, a speech to be forever remembered as the vast expletive. His shackles, by the way, are in the shape we know as the sign of Cancer, and this insignia eventually becomes associated with the sufferer, and the general idea of rebellion against the powers that be. After the sufferer's hanging by the hands of a blue-blooded executor named Darkleer, the Dolorosa is sold into slavery, and the psionic is made to serve the queen directly, who is known to the people of Alternia as her imperious condescension, or the Condess for short. Subject to a fate worse than death, his psychic powers are exploited to function as the battery to her imperial starship, and his would-have-been short lifespan is extended nigh indefinitely by her healing powers from the previous reality. The disciple, however, is spared due to the Executor Darkleer's alleged infatuation with her, even a possible romantic fling between the two. This would be a good time to get into the topic of troll romance. In human culture, we represent our idea of romance with a heart, but for trolls, they've got hearts, spades, diamonds, and clubs. Trolls not only fall in love, they also fall in hate. They also have a best bud to mellow you out when you fly off the chain, jump off the deep end, or do an acrobatic pirouette off the handle. They also have a pal to keep you and a mutual acquaintance from killing each other because you and this acquaintance shouldn't be falling in hate in the first place. Without getting into too much detail, the romance between the first two romantic quadrants are involved in the reproductive process. The other two quadrants are more of a platonic romance, driven by compassion rather than raw passion. And when the drones come collecting, no, hold on. I'm not gonna talk about the drones. End of episode.